Well, that episode was an absolute weird turn of events, wasn't it? I mean, to me personally, it starts out really shit. Okay, maybe really shit is a gross exaggeration of my own personal tastes. But, you know, bottoms up. It is a bit naff, at least to my personal taste. Again, I don't like found footage things very much. I get really annoyed by the, you know, shaky cam and, oh, where we're going, oh, we're cutting away, oh, what, I don't even know what's going on. So, when Doctor Who announced it was going to do, like, an all found footage movie style, I was seriously not under the impression it was going to be anything good. Come in with low expectations, you do that. So then I heard Mark Gatiss wrote it, and Mark Gatiss, I'm not sure if I get his name right. At the very least, I always find his episodes are decent, if not really the best of Doctor Who since the relaunch in 2005, etc, etc. So, oh, that's absolutely abysmal weather, you can't see that. So we get a found footage movie and we immediately treated to a stupid info dump. It's again one of those things I hate. So you get told don't get too attached to these characters, and I'm like, it doesn't really help your story and your premise, and this was bothering me. Then we get introduced to the Morpheus Project, and the Doctor finds out the Morpheus Project are these sleep deprivation pods, as so to speak. They give you like a month's worth of sleep in like 5 minutes, and I keep misplacing my beer. And that's an interesting concept. And then the Doctor theorises that the creatures they've just been assaulted by, these big, clumpy lumps of sand, who later do get called the Sandmen, and as well the Sandman song Bring Me a Dream, Make It the Cutest One that I've ever seen, gets featured quite heavily in the episode as well. Right, I do beg your pardon. But then, about midway through, they're on the space station, the Doctor and Clara, and I love the Doctor, and I love Clara, and Clara's like, oh look, I'm not just a pretty face, and Clara's, this season has probably been my favourite Clara season of them all, to be frank. But they're the only people I really care about, and the Professor. So what you get then is the midway twist. Like about the 30-minute mark is when we'll get 15 minutes left for the end of the episode to round everything up, to clear up the mystery. And what we get is the Professor. I lost his name. He's the one who's doing all the vlogging. He says, oh, he was planning this all along. He was trying to get these sentient sand monsters, which are basically hyper-evolved eye muck, which are a form of spores, he says. He's trying to get them off the planet, fake his own death, and at this point I'm like, oh, that's actually pretty clever. I still don't like the idea of sentient eye muck monsters, but, you know, you take what you can. And then the Doctor manages to defeat him, escape him, and the captain of the guard, who's always one, like, either the first to die or the last to die, you know how these things go. She just gives him like 3 shots in the back, and that's really not too bad. Like, why would you listen to a villain monologuing if you could just bloody well shoot him? So they escape in the TARDIS, and the Doctor just goes, this doesn't make any sense. That was my best Scottish accent I could do. Live with it. So then we get like the last shot of the episode, and if you haven't seen the episode, I'm not even going to talk about it. It's just, it's fantastic. It basically makes and undoes the entire story at the same time. And we never really find out anything else. It stops. It's not a two-parter. The first non-two-parter of 2015. And it left me wanting for more. Like, is it going to be a sequel episode? It's not going to be this season. This is going to be like season 10. Series 10. But that's not until 2016. It's okay, like I said, to me personally, it starts out really naff, and it just ends up being one of the most brilliant things about this season of Who I've seen. So, yeah, that's about it. Next week we get Rixie back. You never remember Rixie from Flatline? Everybody loves Rixie. Everybody loves Flatline. If you don't like Flatline, we're no longer friends.